What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Got a bunch of exciting new stuff to talk about before we get to today's gameplay. Giratina Malamar, super stoked to show off this deck. But first of all, we've got a contest. This year for my birthday, I wanted to hold an art contest to show off all the amazing talent of my fans. I've seen a lot of super sweet artwork come out of my fans, and I wanted to hold a contest. Going to be giving away $100 to the winner. My birthday's on December 14th, so all submissions for this contest have to be in before December 14th. You can email me at andrew@fullgripgames.com. Now, the specifications for the contest are that you have to create a Pokemon themed piece of art that involves extreme sports. That's it. Something to do with Pokemon and extreme sports. It could be whatever you want. It could be a Ponyta riding skis. It can be, I don't know, a Weavile on a snowboard. It can be whatever you want. Something, an Alolan Executor on a BMX bike. I don't care. Whatever comes to your mind, whatever creative thoughts you have, you can use to submit for the contest. The winner's going to get $100. I'm also going to print out a copy on a playmat for the winner to ship it out to the winner. And then I'm also going to get just one copy on a playmat for myself, and I will play on that playmat at a regional championship this year. So those are the prizes. Really excited about this. Should be a great time. There's a little over a month to get your artwork together. It could be a drawing, it could be a computer graphic, it can be a photograph if you want to take a picture of a plushie on a bike or a skateboard, whatever. It can be any kind of art that you want to come up with. So long as the artwork is yours, then it is valid and a valid entry. So I'm going to drop the link to the rules and specifications and all of that below. So if you're interested at all, even if you're not super artistically inclined but just want to give it a shot, I'm also going to show off every single submission on the channel on my birthday. So all the submissions are going to get at least a shout out and some airtime on Mahone's Tricky Gym, and hope you guys have fun with this. It's going to be fun for me, so really excited about that. That's number one. Number two, we are doing a Patreon giveaway today. Going to be giving away this signed copy of Misty's Determination full art signed by Rachel Lillis, the voice actress for Misty from the first 8 seasons of the Pokemon anime. Awesome stuff. Got to meet her at PokeCon 2018. Incredible experience. Going to be giving away this signed copy of Misty's Determination signed by her. I've got all my awesome, incredible Patreon subs here in my magical hat, and I'm going to be selecting one winner for the signed Rachel Lillis Misty's Determination, and today's winner is we've got Brandon Fox. Brandon Fox, you are the winner of the Rachel Lillis signed Misty's Determination. Awesome stuff. And then I've got one more amazing announcement. We are also adding an additional Patreon tier. I now have a Mega Blastoise tier on Patreon. I know I don't have a Blastoise tier yet, that's still in the works, but I have a Mega Blastoise tier. Anybody who's interested or has ever wanted their deck shown off on Mahone's Tricky Gym once a month, Mega Blastoise members will get their own deck list shouted out and shown off on the channel. It's an influencer tier. There's only 3 spots available. So anybody who wants to have their deck shown off every month on Mahone's Tricky Gym, that is an option for you. You can check out the Patreon stuff in the description below. Patreon subs also get access to my Patreon only Discord server, as well as deck list discussions on Patreon. And Mega Blastoise subs will also get access to the exclusive War Turtle video released every single month on Patreon. So excited about all this new stuff. Make sure to check out the rules and conditions for the contest in the description below. Let's get on with the gameplay. Today we've got Giratina Malamar. Incredible deck here. Riley was nice enough to share this list with me. He said to shout out Azul as well because he saw Azul playing a very similar list on his stream the other day. So super sweet deck here. I was talking a little bad about it in one of my other videos. It just seemed underwhelming to me at the time, but I think with a super streamlined list, the deck can be absolutely insane. Between Giratina, Snipe, and Spell Tag, you have a lot of options to really pick at the opponent's Pokemon, which is really good considering there are a lot of very good small Pokemon in the format, right? So we need Snubbles to evolve into Grambles. We need Eggs to evolve into Exeggutors. We need Ralts to evolve into Gardevoir. We need Rowlet to evolve into Decidueye, right? And Giratina's ability as well as Spell Tag can really put a lot of spread pressure on the opponent. Not to mention, the deck is just super consistent because every time Giratina gets knocked out, it just pops itself back from the discard pile and is ready for action again. So I love this energy there. Love that there is just a ton of consistency in this deck as well. If you take a look at the list at the end of the video, it is just straight consistency. We have tons of 4-ofs in this deck. The deck list is only like 2 lines on ptcgo. Absolutely crazy. We're playing against a Lost March here, so this should be a fun and interesting matchup. Should be cool for us, honestly. We do a lot of snipe damage, so knocking out Natus in Hoppips should be pretty fair game for us. Should be pretty cool. This is a great starting hand as well. I play a couple copies of Rescue Stretcher, so I have no problem just burning away these Malamars here early in order to get off a big turn 1 Lily. No issues there whatsoever. My opponent's got plenty of Pokemon out, so this is awesome. We even get the Inkay to start, so good stuff. I'm just going to burn this entire hand down. We're getting rid of the Guzma here, and then we're also going to get rid of both our Malamars. Going to bench that Giratina. Giratina, awesome stuff. That Distortion Door ability says once during a turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put it onto your bench. If you do, put 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and then Shadow Impact, very destructive, does 4 damage counters to one of your own Pokemon, but honestly, the deck is so consistent and so straightforward that that doesn't really matter. You got plenty of Pokemon you can throw some damage onto. You can throw it onto Malamars, you can throw it onto Giratina, honestly, because you don't really even mind your Giratinas getting knocked out, because when they do get knocked out, you get to spread more damage onto your opponent. So it is super cool in that regard. We've got a Mysterious Treasure here, another Acro Bike. Let's see, what do we want to do? Shrine doesn't really matter for us, so we're probably just going to pop that Shrine down. I doubt my opponent is going to play any sort of counter stadium. We've got a Malamar here, so we're going to hang on to that one. We've also got Rescue Stretcher in our hand. I want to attach a Psychic Energy. I don't have any Psychics in the discard pile yet, so that's a little bit tough, actually. Let's see here. We probably want to just drop that one, get it out of the way. And then we could let loose my opponent. You know, that kind of helps to disrupt a little bit. That could be fine. Let's go in here. We'll Rescue Stretcher, probably shuffle those 2 back into the deck. Can I get a turn 2? I'm wondering if I can get a turn 2 attack here. It's going to be a little tough. I would have to draw more cards for sure. So let's just get ourselves that Psychic Energy in the discard pile like I wanted. We're going to get another Inkay, and then I just want to see more cards. So do I let loose this turn? Do we let loose next turn? Honestly, probably let loose. We'll just Cynthia next turn. I'm comfortable with this hand. We should be able to overwhelm my opponent enough after all things are said and done. So I think we're just going to stay here because the converse is just really bad. I mean, if we let loose here and we let loose into a bad 4 cards, it could be really that could just be a game ender for us, right? And if we just have a dead hand, we don't get any Malamars. Here I've got 2 Malamars. I only got 1 Psychic in the discard pile. That definitely bothers me, but we'll be able to power through here. Now, there goes the Lele. My opponent was able to set up without that Lele, so that is just really good for them. And then they're going to be able to just start shipping Pokemon away into the Lost Zone. They don't actually need that many. They only need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 7 Pokemon in the Lost Zone here. And we got a Trombone there already. So let's see. Love that. Honestly, love this card. It's like one of my favorite cards out of Lost Thunder. He's just like so cool. Just the fact that why is it Trumbeak? I don't know. Trumbeak is a Pokemon who has gotten absolutely like zero love in the card game up until this point, and now he's got this sweet card. It's just incredible for Lost March, and the artwork on him is just so rad. He just is like whipping up this spell thing and just, I don't know, I guess tossing things into the Lost Zone, because that's what Trombone does. Here he is again. My opponent got it off the Great Ball, so they just need to find that double colorless energy, and honestly, they only need 3 Pokemon to knock out this Larvitar. Larvitar is an awesome inclusion in this deck as well. Second Strike just does 80 damage for 2 energy, so super efficient attack there to be able to hit into fighting weak Pokemon. Definitely a cool thing we got going on there. I actually think we just promote the Giratina, because we just don't mind if this Natu knocks out Giratina. That's okay. Didn't know I was going to top deck the Escape Board, of course, but it's all good. We're just going to go here. And then Rescue Stretcher, that's wrong. That was wrong, Andrew. You should have definitely evolved the... Yikes. We shouldn't have done any of that. We should have evolved the one that was not going... We should have put the Escape Board on the other one, on the Inkay. So whatever. It's fine. This is fine. This is what we've done. We didn't mean to do it like that, but we've done it like that. Let's now go. Let's see. We want free retreat on somebody. This is oops. We done messed that up. We can Mysterious Treasure. What do we do here? I really messed this up. That was supposed to go on a Inkay for sure, but we'll be able to dig our way out of this one. Let's Mysterious Treasure for, let's see, we got another Rescue Stretcher we can get, but we don't actually have a lot of Psychics in the discard pile. That is like our major issue here. Put a Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go get the other Malamar here, and then we are going to do this. We are going to use this and get ourselves yes, we are going to get a I think I want to let loose. Let's get loose. Let's loosen up. We're about to get in there with let loose. All right, so we want to attach probably to the actually I kind of want to attach to an Inkay so that then I can have free retreat, but then that's going to require me to get more Psychics in the discard pile. Yeah, let's just attach that there, and then we're going to do one more Inkay, and we're going to spell tag. No, we're not going to spell tag. Then we're going to let loose. All right. That's what we got. And then we could Psychic Recharge onto like Marshadow. Sick. Gosh, never punished. Honestly, we're just never, ever punished. Okay. And then, yeah, next turn we can pop this thing out. We've got all the cards we need. Super dope. Okay. So I should have 2 Psychics in the discard pile by next turn. And we'll be able to rock and roll here. So let's just pass to my opponent. It's unfortunate. Didn't get the turn 2 attack, but this deck doesn't always get the turn 2 attack. There's a couple things need to go right, and I'm just going to get a little bit awkward there. I think, and I guess potentially, would I have been able to? No, I attached from turn, and if I acrobiked here into like a Mysterious Treasure, I could have gotten the turn 2 attack. If I had known that I was about to top deck the Escape Board, we could have promoted like an Inkay or something. I guess promoting Inkay might have still been correct there, just because I could have like manually attached to Inkay to retreat into Giratina if I didn't get it. So I do kind of like that as an option too, but that's fine. This is the way we routed that turn. Maybe not correct, but it's all good. My opponent is going to knock out, oh no, not the Malamar that's skating. No, not this one. But that's okay. They want to get around that spell tag, and I don't blame them. Definitely going to be a tough thing for them to deal with. So we're attacking now. All right, we're in business. And this Marshadow is definitely a professional skater, because here he goes. There we go. Skateboard on the Marshadow, and that is super sick as well that we got that Ultra Ball there. We will Acro Bike first, see what we got ourselves into. A Marshadow and another Ultra Ball. I think, we don't, we got an Ultra Ball already, so let's just keep the Marshadow. And then let's attach here, yep, and then we can Psychic Recharge. We got 1 Psychic Recharge, okay, that's good. So we got that, and then let's just Lily for 4. And that's honestly like a really good hand because we get to get these guys into the discard pile. We'll just get another Giratina. And then I think that's pretty much cool. We could just start powering these guys up back to back, and we're just gonna be ready to roll here. I could let loose. I don't really see a point in let loosing yet. We're just gonna get our board stabilized here and utilize all these psychic recharges while we can. So we're gonna do that, and then psychic recharge one more onto this other guy, and then I can potentially, I forget if I have my other Malamar in deck or not. We will have to take a look, but not this turn. I will wait. And for now, we are just going to Shadow Impact, and then I'll just damage myself. Honestly, we want this Giratina to get knocked out. Now, if I have to knock myself out, does that trigger it? Is knocked out by damage from an opponent's deck. Oh, no, you can't knock yourself out, but it's all good. Wish we could. That'd be busted, honestly. Trigger our own spell tag would be pretty sweet. They only have so many Guzmas, though, so let's just hope they don't have Guzma every single turn here to get around my spell tags. We need them to knock out this thing. Then we can snipe the Nat 2, knock that out. My opponent does have all their jump bluffs in play, but we should be able to skip ahead on prizes. Even if they just hit into 2 spell tags, that's a knockout on a jump bluff, which is super cool. And the distortion door ability there allows us to actually make it just let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. The math is like not super great. But spell tag allows us to place 4 damage counters, so we don't have to put it all on 1, right? On your opponent's Pokemon in any way like craziness there. They're gonna go for the Guzman there off their Let Loose. So I do really like that. Let Loose is a great card in Lost March, just allowing you to draw more cards there, see different things. They also need an energy though, so it's possible they could just whiff the energy altogether. If they whiff the attack, that's going to be absolutely disastrous. And the only supporter they have for turn is Elm. That's making me think they probably don't have what they need, and that is just going to be a devastating turn for my opponent as I kind of just skip ahead. I mean, Marshadow's good. I think I prefer Zebstrika just to draw more cards, and honestly, I think I may end up just start playing Ditto Prism Star in Lost March just to be able to get the pre-evolution to Zebstrika with Professor Elm. That just would be... you can't get Prism Pokemon. Can you get Prism Pokemon off of Elm? That is a question that I have. Yes, you can. All right, yeah. I was going to say, there's not any limitation there, right? I definitely think that might be a change that I'm looking at. Before, I was kind of hard-pressed on playing the Blitzel just because it could theoretically contribute towards Lost March's damage output. Sick! All right, we did it. So I think we just take out the Natu, right? Like, that just seems like a no-brainer. We're just going to place all 4 damage counters here and do that, and that sounds good. And then we'll get to these jump bluffs when we get there. Yeah, let's just do that. I guess I could have saved like 10 damage for when I pop this Giratina back out the discard pile, but this is where we're at. All right, promote the Skating Marshadow, and we're good to go, honestly. This is... we're cruising right now. Look how consistent this deck is. We've got 3 Malamars up. This Giratina can pop its way right up out the discard pile. Let's Distortion Door. Oh, yeah. And then we are going to snipe, these guys here. That's great. Then we can Guzma something if we wanted to, but we don't really want to. We want to draw more cards, and I think we're going to do that with a Cynthia. That gives us the highest chance to be able to get I don't know why I'm... Usually use your abilities at the end of the turn. I don't know why I'm doing this early. Let's just Cynthia. I want to get a spell tag. That's what we want to do. Get us a spell tag. Yes. Busted. There we go. Very good. And then we Psychic Recharge, and we're going to throw some more energies onto this other Giratina that we got up and rolling. And we'll be able to knock out this jump bluff here and tie my opponent in prizes. It's going to be close if they can manage to dodge all of my punches here, but we should be cool. Let's Shadow Impact, and we're going to just damage the Giratina again. I don't really think that there's any downside to doing that. Kind of like just, we want my opponent to knock it out for sure. So let's see, we got more spell tags. There's no point in placing a benched spell tag. We really just want the spell tags to go on the active Pokemon every turn, because if my opponent has Guzma, they're going to just select a Pokemon that does not have spell tag. So there's no point in dropping this spell tag anywhere. There's no one in particular that I want to protect or anything like that. So spell tags, we just grip those in our hands. We got Lily to draw more cards. Like, we're cool. My opponent's got Netball, so we know that they got the Grass Energy, and they're going to take a knockout this turn as well. It's going to be tough, but if they do hit into me here, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Something else we could have done, which I didn't really think about, is that you could start by like Ultra Balling away your Giratinas. I didn't really think of that. This is honestly first time ever playing the deck, so have mercy on me. But you actually probably, if you can, should like Ultra Ball or Mysterious Treasure away your Giratinas so that your first time putting them into play, you are doing your 10 damage snipe. So I didn't really think about that, but that's definitely like the pro play. Like, that's definitely what we should be doing. Okay, let's see here. Yes, we are going to put our 4 damage counters all onto that fella. And honestly, we could have... Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yep, 4 and then 5. Cool. And then we're going to pop that guy out of the discard pile. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, I definitely just should have done that. Yeah, I should have done that. That extra 10 damage would have really added up, you know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. So, interesting stuff. Yeah, we definitely just need to attack we need to attack the active, hope that my opponent doesn't have a Guzma. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's Psychic Recharge here. They also are playing a Oranguru, so the Oranguru over the Blitzel, over the Zebstrika, like, not a bad play at all. It definitely makes sense. Valid option for sure. I don't feel like I need to disrupt my opponent that much, so let's see. We could, let's Distortion Door here. Let's pop that guy out, and then we're going to do 10 damage there and 10 damage there. That's fine. And then we have our spell tag. We have a Lily. Do I Ultra? Sure. Yeah, let's just see some different cards. We're going to Ultra Ball away Marshadow. That's fine. Yep, still got one Marshadow left in deck. Let's just Lily for 4 new cards. See some different stuff here. Good stuff. We can attach for turn if we need to. I don't necessarily think that we need to. We can kind of just save that for next turn. And then we, weirdly, I think we win because we're taking this prize. And then I have Guzma to be able to, like, so long as my opponent knocks out a Giratina, I think I win. But if they can double, so long as they knock out a Guzma, I think I'm cool. That's just where we're at. So Shadow Impact here, yep, damage ourselves, good. And then if they get either of my Giratinas to the discard pile, I will knock out this Jump Bluff here with that 10 damage snipe, and then also Guzma for game or whatever. So that's cool. But if I don't, that is the downside to only playing 2 Giratina, is that I guess you only have so many of those 10 snipes, and the 10 snipes really do add up. But like I said, I should have started things off by like popping them out the discard pile, to get them into play in the first place. But like I said, first time ever playing this deck, so I'm learning, and that's kind of something that I have picked up on, and hopefully y'all can learn from that as well if you didn't already know. But many of you guys probably already knew that. You're like, Andrew, duh, been known that for like a week, 2 weeks, forever. But, it's fine. Sometimes a little slow on the upkeep here. Sometimes it's a little, takes me a little longer to learn things about the deck. Looks like they might have Guzma. Ooh, nope, they don't have it yet. Let's go here. Come on, no Guzma. If they Guzma around and they knock out like a Malamar or something, that is bad news for me, because then I think I'm just stuck. Like, they could then Guzma for game. I'm not sure though, because I think the spell tag, gets to be placed and you actually go to sudden death if your opponent knocks you out for game, and then you also have game with spell tags, because that's just like resolving the effect or something like that. So super nuts here. Definitely a close one. And like I said, if I had played this, kind of optimally, I think it would have been much more of a blowout. But the deck definitely impressing me, definitely consistent, doing exactly what it is supposed to do. Do they have... Oh, no. This looks like they have Guzma. Why would they retreat into the... I think they just know they lose if they... Yeah, they know they lose. So that's interesting. Let's just Guzma the... Yeah, we're just going to Guzma this guy. Yep. And now we just, like, definitely win. I don't think that there's anything my opponent can do now. We'll just do that. Slap spell tag there. And we're going to Shadow Impact to this Nat 2. Do 40 damage to myself, and now we only have one prize. My opponent can't possibly take 2 prizes, so they kind of saw the writing on the wall there. They knew that by knocking out the Giratina, they were just going to toss the game. So now it's just I have to attack to win. I have 2 built-up Giratinas. I got Guzma in hand. There's nothing my opponent can do. We got ourselves into a... Let's see, we got our opponents into a checkmate situation, so that always feels good. Gonna give Giratina another ride here, see how the deck does, maybe against something with a little bit more hit points. Obviously, we should be favored against a Lost March deck. They're just a bunch of little Pokemon, and our snipe really does add up. And if this deck does prove to be good, if like Spell Tag proves to be like a very valid thing, which it seems good, seems very good, then field blowers are probably just going to have to start being played. I know a lot of decks have just been not playing field blowers so far, not super necessary, but going forward could just be a good card that we need to see. Obviously, Shrine of Punishment is a card that we need to play around. You know, most decks need to play around Shrine of Punishment, and then with Spell Tag, that is just doing way too much. We definitely need to kind of deal with that. See, my opponent is going to... I never really considered the... Did they Lost Zone any of the supporters yet? I didn't really pay attention to that. Well played indeed. I also didn't pay attention to the fact that I only had 4 cards left in deck, so yikes. That could have been bad, but it's all good. We got there. We not worried about it. They got Nat 2. They're going to take the knockout there, which then in turn loses them the game because I get to do 10 damage to that jump bluff, and then yeah, that's fine. And we can put 10 more damage wherever we want on their side of the field. And there we go. We win. We win. Cool. Got there. Giratina. Busted deck. Sweet. I need to promote? Okay. That's fine. Very cool. Victory. Good stuff. All right, let's roll one more time. See how we end up. Hopefully we'll play against something with more hit points. I want to play against like a different meta deck. It would be fun to play against like Executor. Honestly, yeah, Executor would be interesting. They should be able to one-hit KO me, but honestly, my spell tag should keep up and allow me to knock out eggs and things. So I feel like we should beat Executor. I feel like we can beat Grand Bull too. So those are kind of the 2 matchups that I'd be most interested to see. I feel like there's so many good Shrine of Punishment decks right now, and you know, trying to figure out where each Shrine deck kind of stacks up against each other is definitely something that's on my to-do list, trying to figure that out, you know, how those matchups go. Because when you got these non-GX Pokemon just like trading with each other, it just, you know, matchups can get weird. But that's the thing, is that Giratina should have the advantage on almost all non-GX decks because it can take those 2 prize turns where maybe none of the other non-GX decks can take 2 prize turns. Looks like we might be playing against Vikare here, kind of a classic, or Bulu. Life Forest is making me think Bulu. So we might be playing against Bulu here, which is a little bit tough if they have the Life Forest. Yep, so they're going to be healing a lot, and I do have stadiums though, so we'll be able to counter Life Forest with my own stadium. And I'm thinking that this is definitely Bulu, but I'm not sure. Maybe they play Zorora as well. We will have to see. Start off here, we got Lily, we got Acrobike. Let's just Acrobike first, see what we get off of that. Skateboard. Honestly, this skateboard's pretty good, but I want this Life Forest business just out of here. Let's just counter that. Yep. Get gone. And then we are going to Ultra Ball away. Ugh. I guess we just... I was thinking we could Lily, but we probably Ultra Ball away the Psychic Energy and the Cynthia, and then Lily for 6, I guess? That seems like kind of a waste. Let's just... Ultra Ball away the Rescue Stretcher and the Psychic Energy, and then I want to save the Spell Tag, so we're just going to get ourselves an Inkay, and I'm going to remember what I said here. about the Giratinas. I'm going to see if I can't maybe get some, some hotness off these Giratinas here as far as like getting them and then discarding them to get them into play. You're not always going to have that option. Sometimes you're just going to have to get the Giratina. We don't really have a lot going on here, but that means it's time to Marshadow. So we are definitely going to do that. The Larvitar doesn't really seem super necessary in this matchup, so we'll get rid of that. And then we're going to let loose. Let's go. All right. I don't want to drop the spell tags yet. It just feels weird. I guess we could throw one on the active. That's like not... I don't want to do that. I want to save my spell tags. So we're going to be a little bit greedy. Try to save those and see if we can save them for Giratinas only. This is a better starting hand. This is good. So I'm fine with this here. Limit my opponent to 4 cards, and then we'll just Hypnosis. And next turn, we'll see if we can't Lily into something good. Yes! They stayed asleep. That's right. You stay asleep, Rangaroo. You just stay napping. That's good. Good stuff. They are playing Bulu. They got these beautiful rainbow rare Bulus here. Love that. Awesome stuff. No! They got switched. What are the odds? And then they can instruct as well. If they draw into a supporter, they might get a Vikavolt. Oh, goodness. This could be bad. We could just get run off the board here. They've got, Aether Paradise. That's not good for me either. I'm going to be doing like nothing to them. But it looks like they may just have the Horn Attack. Yep, just Horn Attack. So we're cool. We can sleep them again and evolve our bench dude. We got an Ultra Ball. That's great. Cool with that. But we're going to Lily first and then Ultra Ball afterwards. So this is fantastic. This is what we talked about as far as like what we wanted to do. I think we Mysterious Treasure for the guy, and then we can Ultra Ball for something else. Yeah, I kind of like that. Cool. Let's do that. Let's Mysterious Treasure away a Guzma. I already have a Psychic in the discard pile, right? Can I check? Yes, I have one. All right, let's get rid of that. And then we'll get the Giratina, and then we're going to Pro Play this one. All right, we're going to Ultra Ball away the Giratina and the Psychic Energy, and we're going to go get ourselves, I don't know, another Marshadow. Sweet. So we're going to do that, and then we can, Distortion Door. Sweet. Love it. All right. Now we're good at this game. Excellent. We'll do both them guys. And then we are going to, we're going to Psychic Recharge. Like it. Very good. And then we're also going to, kind of probably not going to be able to attack here, but it's all good. And we're just going to let loose. Let's let loose. Great. And then, I think I'm just stuck definitely not attacking, but it's all good. I'll just Hypnosis. We got Shrine again. I could retreat into something, but that just doesn't really seem all that good. Yep, we're just doing this. Sure, Hypnosis, and hopefully it sticks. That's what we got. Nope, didn't stick, so that Inkay is a goner there, which is tough because I don't really know that this deck can operate if we only have one Malamar in play. So potentially we've been a little bit greedy, which is not good. We definitely don't want to be greedy here, but felt like things have just been setting up a little bit odd. We may be greedy going for the Mysterious Treasure away the dude. I mean, that doesn't really feel like that. That's not weird. No, we didn't waste any cards doing that. I feel like we did everything we needed to do, and this is just the hand we're dealt. All right, finally we get to Shadow Impact, but that's not fun because I'm actually not taking any sort of knockout here, so that's like super bad. Yeah, that's just not good. Need a supporter, didn't get one. Sad. All right, so let's Psychic Recharge, just fine. Then they're definitely just going to GX us next turn. That's just like what we got going on. So, yep, Shadow Impact, cool. And we will do damage to, I guess, yep, sure, Mr. Marshadow over here. That sounds good. Make them have to at least discard or something. We're not knocking them out, right? Now they're at 160. That is sad. So, guaranteed incoming GX attack, and then they're going to GX me, and I'm pretty much going to have nothing. So I think we might have just stalled out here. Kind of weird, not enough supporter draws. We just needed some, need a Lily, need a Cynthia here just to keep the deck kind of rolling along, keep us drawing cards, but we didn't quite get there. Oh, They don't have anything in their deck. What? They don't have anything in that hand, not even an energy. Oh, so I guess never say never. Am I right? All right, that's pretty rad. We could just retreat and we could shadow punch this thing for knockout. I honestly don't mind that, but I think, I think we just stay the course. Yeah, let's just shadow impact and we'll go from there. Seems cool. Yeah, we'll just sure, we'll damage ourselves. That's fine. I guess I could have probably damaged the Marshadow here instead, but it's all good. We'll take our 2 prizes. Got Guzma and an Inkay, so that definitely helps to stabilize things. I could have attached the escape board, retreated, and knocked it out with Marshadow. I guess that's probably would have been a little bit more responsible, but I didn't mind the Giratina getting knocked out completely, but I guess I should have minded though, because I only got 1 Malamar in play, so I should not have just been cool with that. And we're only doing 30 damage with Shadow Punch. That's horrible. Yeah, I guess now that I'm looking at it, we definitely should have got that Giratina out of the active position, because my opponent's gonna knock it out, which is bad. They're gonna be able to heavy punch. Wow. They got Vikavolt in play. I guess we just bring up, I don't know, bring up Bulu or something, that Bulu on the bench, and I think we just smack it with with Marshadow while we try to put more energy onto this Giratina after I get that thing out the discard pile. So that's what we're doing, I think. My opponent can eventually, I guess, GX. So I do not want them to do that. Oh, we got an Acrobike. So you're saying we could draw into a card, maybe. Got a Mysterious Treasure. All right, I'll take it. I think I have 1 more Marshadow in the deck, maybe. Let's do that. Distortion Door, very good. We're going to put 10 damage onto probably, I don't know, that guy and that guy seems fine. That guy and... let's see, 130. I'm already doing enough to knock that thing out if I hit into it. Yeah, let's just do those 2 fellas over there. Then we are going to do that, and we got a skateboard, very good. And then I think we're just going to Mysterious Treasure away. The other skateboard seems good. Get that Let Loose Marshadow in play. Now I could Guzma. Guzma seems fine. Or... let's see, Guzma doesn't actually 30 damage onto that. Yeah, that doesn't really get me anywhere. It could boost me ahead of prize, so I think it could also disrupt my opponent. So let's just, sure, let's do it. How many Guzmas do I have in the discard pile? Any? We have 1. So then I'll have 1 Guzma left, so I might want to save it, but doing 30 damage to this thing just seems ultimately not good. So let's just do that. I'm fine with that. We're going to Psychic Recharge, put a Psychic Energy onto my Giratina, and then we're going to Guzma up that thing. Yeah. This is what we got going on right now. And then we're going to let loose. Sure. So, and we're better off. We got our final Guzma. That's good. I really want to knock out that thing. 130 damage. I want to knock it out in 1 hit. That would be very good for me. Taking Shrine damage. That's excellent. Yes. And then 50 damage there. That's not bad. If I could ever get my opponent to hit into a spell tag, then we could potentially finish that dude off pretty easily. So that's not bad. I definitely don't mind that. And then, with 2 Distortion Doors, we can also knock it out too. But honestly, you never really want to be attacking with Marshadow here. That is suboptimal. This is not good. This is not what we planned on doing, for sure. But sometimes you got to go with good old plan B here. My opponent is accelerating. Let's see, they accelerated 1 energy to their Tapu Bulu. Does that mean they have Guzma, or are they just going to let this grubbing kind of rot here? They either need Guzma or Switch. I think they had the Switch early, right? They've already played 2 Switches, so they probably don't have any more Switches. I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I think that they're out of Switch, but they could have Guzma still. They haven't played one. No, they don't. And they've already used their Vikavolt. They have probably a lot of energy in the, well, not a lot of energy in the discard pile. I think, did they accelerate 2 onto this thing? I guess they probably did. I just sometimes am, oh, they didn't have it. Okay, great. That's what I'm talking about, because now we pretty much win the game. So we are going to Psychic Recharge here, attach from hand, and then we will, I think, just Guzma and knock out that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we're just going to do that and knock that thing out. Great. We do not want this to get healed at all, so we're just going to Shadow Impact. Good deal, and we'll do 40 damage. Honestly, do not want to knock out my own Pokemon at this point, though having an extra bench spot could be good. I think we're just going to damage one of these guys. That's fine. Yeah, we'll damage one of these Marshadows here. Cool. That is good. We should have never damaged our Giratina that one turn. That was horrible. I don't know what I was thinking. This thing, I should have read him. Right, 20 damage times the amount of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Oh, that it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, he was doing 120 to me. I guess it does matter. No, but that thing had been horn attacked anyway. They have got Aether Paradise. All right, so that's going to make their Pokemon a little bit more difficult to knock out. We really wish we had a spell tag. We have been going this whole game without really utilizing those, so that would be stellar. But they get to Heavy Punch, so they're going to do 100 damage. It's pretty good, but not good enough. We need to find a Stadium. That would be preferred. So I honestly don't really want to commit this energy anywhere. Yep, so we're just going to Cynthia. We're going to drop another Escape Board onto another Marshadow here. And let's just Cynthia into a new hand and hopefully find ourselves a Spell Tag. Spell Tag. No Spell Tag. That's fine. We do have double Malamar now, so that's better. And then we could just Shadow Impact. We don't actually knock it out, so this is kind of bad. But we have put ourselves in a situation that if my opponent ever did hit into a spell tag, we can almost take game. So tough stuff there, but my opponent does have just a ton of prizes left to take. So I don't think that they can really skip ahead that much. They're going to go to 3. I'm going to go to 1. And I think that I should be able to just pull this game out here. We are down all 3 Guzmas, though, so that's a little bit sketchy. We got to hope that my opponent can't actually evolve this other Grubbin. I think that that is going to be pretty important to our whole win condition thing here. They do have more energy, though, so that's great. They're going to shuffle 5 back in with Energy Recycler, so they're probably planning on just rocking with this Tapu Bulu and this Delmise here for the rest of the game, as they should. They really should have just, their whole board position should have just been Tapu Bulu and Delmise for sure. Though Tapu Bulu awkwardly does not one-hit KO any of these Giratinas. They do 100 and then they do 120. They cannot do 130. But the Delmise, they should have been in with that Delmise for sure. Let's see here. I think we just want to retreat energy off of this Marshadow because he is not doing anything anymore. Not affected by resistance. Yeah, we definitely want to retreat that. Let's start off with an Acro Bike here. See what we get off of Acro Bike. Another Acro Bike. Sure, we'll take another Acro Bike and grind a little bit more. And then, Mysterious Treasure. Interesting stuff. I think we actually Ultra Ball away our Giratina, pop this one into play, and then, yeah. Let's see. So I think we want to keep, let's keep that. Nah, let's just keep a Draw Supporter Cynthia, sure. Okay. And then we just Ultra Ball away this Giratina. And the thought is we just want these guys in the discard pile. I honestly don't really need a second one of these. That's fine. So we're going to do that. And then we're just going to Cynthia. That's fine. Draw 6 new cards. And then we need to find an energy, actually. This is like kind of important. We did find an energy, so that's good. We thinned the deck a bunch. We also got a spell tag. Let's pop one of these guys out the discard. Good. And then we get to Distortion Door, so we're going to do that. And now we are very close to winning the game, but we just need one more thing. We just need 10 more damage. So if my opponent takes a knockout, I can just Distortion Door and knock out that Grubbin for game. But if they evolve it, that's going to make things a little bit more difficult. We should still be all right, though. Not really worried about it. I'd be very surprised if my opponent is able to yank this one out. So let's go retreat, and we've got ourselves a good old Shadow Impact here. Great. And we'll deal 40 damage to a Malamar. We're running out of bench real estate here, but thankfully Malamar does have 90 hit points, so you can actually, do that Shadow Impact twice onto one Malamar, which is super cool. See, my opponent's going to knock out this Giratina, but if they do, they trigger Spell Tag, and I just win. But we don't win if they have what they need. If they have what they need, if they can evolve this one, which they're going for the Ultra Ball. So they're going to at least try to evolve this Grubbin. And nope, they didn't have it. So no Vikavolt there. My opponent scoops the game up. So good stuff there. Got to show off the Giratina Malamar deck. You guys check out the list here. Like I said, shout out to Riley and also Azul. Apparently deck is similar to a list that Azul was playing, but look how simple this list is. Love that. We've got the Larvitar, we've got the Giratina in there just as a 2 of, but like 4s of like everything else. I love that. Just 4 Lily, 4 Cynthia, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 skateboards, 4 spell tags. Cool stuff. Very simple, straightforward deck, but definitely effective once it gets up and rolling. So make sure to check out the contest information in the description below. Really excited about that. The birthday art design contest, and also for submissions, since I'm going to be printing them on playmats, they should be like pretty similar to a playmat size. If that's what you want, me to play on the playmat, that would be a lot of fun. Again, I'm showing off all the submissions here on the channel. I'm going to be doing shout outs to everybody who enters the contest and going to be selecting the winner on December 14th. So again, thank you guys all so much for watching. Also, new Patreon tier, like I said, the influencer tier is up. And congrats again to Brandon Fox for the winner of the Patreon giveaway that signed Rachel Lillis, Misty's Determination. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Check out the Etsy store and Patreon stuff in the description below. Peace.